Hello, my lovelies. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Welcome, 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 welcome. This is a message that will be labeled as a message for April 29th because I'm posting it in time for the 29th where I am. But depending where you are, 29th may have come and gone. You may not see this video for a few days, a few weeks, a few months, whatever the case might be. We're setting the intention that this be a message for the next 24 hours from whenever you happen to see it. Happy birthday to all the April 29th babies out there. And happy birthday to you if it happens to be your birthday on whatever random day you may stumble upon this message. The card of the day is... we're getting doubles. Are we meant to have two cards today? Let's see. Let's try. Let's try for one. All right, there we go. Card today, is the Fool. Okay. Another Major Arcana card. Major Arcana cards are cards that come up when we're at significant defining moments in our life. We have a lot of wiggle room in life. We have a lot of free will, right? That's why we hear so much about the law of attraction. We have a lot of things that we create, we make. But the Major Arcana cards come up when this is like I don't know if I want to call it a pit stop, but it's a designated moment. The things that are happening are directly connected to something we came here to experience or something we came here to learn or master. So basically, there are things happening that are on schedule with our growth, our experiences, our lessons, our soulmates, and our purpose, all that good stuff. So in essence, it kind of also lets us know that we're right on track, we're right on time. So if you are feeling right now kind of like, oh my gosh, I'm so behind, or I should have done this, or I should have done that, you're right on schedule. And it'll all make sense soon enough, but you're right on schedule. But the Fool card is about a leap of faith. Now, the Fool card encourages us to look before we leap, but yes, we're being led and we're being called to make a big change in our life or take a big step. And it can feel like a gamble. And the Fool card says go for it, but again, look before you leap. So it might be a gamble, but we want to do it in a educated way. We want to do it in a logical way. We want to do it in a way where we calculate before we take that plunge so that we're looking where we're going to land. We're kind of trying to steer ourselves here a little bit. So yes, you're being called to take a chance, but you want to first set yourself up for success, have some kind of a plan, having this leap happening for you. So um for me, in my readings, the Fool card can sometimes have a really specific message when it comes to love and romance. And I know know a lot of you watch my videos because I don't, obsess about love, or I don't like only focus on love, and I focus on other things as well. But sometimes this card can come up with a really specific message around love and romance in my readings. For me, in my readings, when the Fool card comes up in love and romance or a question regarding love and romance, like, tell me about my person who's coming, or we might be dealing with somebody right now, some of us, but the Fool card comes up in love readings when it's a really significant soulmate. And there's a lot of past life energy, there's a lot of like past life connection, and so there's a sense of like a soul attraction. So there's physical attraction, but there's a deeper attraction based on this soul connection. And this could be two people who are very, very opposite. They might look very opposite physically, like physically they might be in stark contrast to one another in appearance. There could be a significant difference in age. There could be a significant difference in upbringing, background, religion, just different views that these two people hold. They could just be very, very opposite. And, if people were guessing, who's coupled with who, You know, people might not ever guess that these two people would be together. It might seem like an odd couple, but all of these opposites are opposite like in the perfect way, where one has weaknesses, the other has strengths, and vice versa. And so when they come together, they're unstoppable. There's nothing they can't do together. And they have a very strong connection, and they feel like a sense of home when they're together. And so this is a kind of relationship that will last forever. But other people might look at it and say, oh, I give those two, I don't know, 2 months, right? I give them 6 months, like whatever. People might not think that these two would work, but they work very well. And there's this strong soulmate connection, a strong relationship. So for some of you, you may be calling that in right now. Some of you may be experiencing that right now. And some of you might be taking steps that are leading you, to meeting somebody like this in areas of love and romance. Obviously, this is a general reading. It's not going to be exact for every single person watching, but that is one of the ways in which this card comes up in my readings. Overall, the Fool, like I said, we might be feeling called to take a risk, to take a leap. And sometimes with this card too, when it comes to taking a leap, it might be a leap that seems very opposite to what we've been doing till now, right? It might seem like a complete 180, right? If we go 360, we're turning around and we're right back where we started, but 180 is the opposite. So it might seem like you're completely and totally going in another direction. You're just so opposite from what you've been doing, and that might not make sense to a lot of people, right? So some of you might be focusing right now on making some kind of a career change. Some of you might be walking away from work or a cause that you've dedicated a good portion of your life to. And that might not make sense to a lot of people. Like, why on earth would you do this? But oftentimes, it's because we're feeling called to do that. We're feeling guided to do that. And it may not make sense. It may not make sense at all to the people around us. But again, this is something you're being called to do, something you're being called to change, and you will be successful as long as you're not approaching it in an impulsive way. As long as you're not just throwing yourself off and landing on your head. Look before you leap. Calculate the cost. Have some kind of a plan. Have some kind of a safety net and go for it, right? I hope that's helpful. I thank you all for watching today's message, and I hope you all have a fabulous day ahead. Links to other videos in the description. Private reading calendar remains closed. And I will keep you all posted as things change there. But again, I thank you all for watching. Have a fabulous day. Take care and be well, my darlings.